If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Martin Luther King. Have you ever felt like you're just stuck? Like no matter what you do, you have a goal in mind, but it seems like the harder and harder you try to get to it, you're just still in the same position or you're still in the same place and you haven't been seeing any progress. Like this could be to the gym. Like you could be going to the gym over and over again and trying to lose weight or trying to gain muscle or and any other facet of that. And either way, it seems like you're not moving in any direction. You're still stuck in the same place and it just honestly sucks. Or maybe you just feel like you've been working so hard at work recently and you've been striving to go get that promotion. But the harder and harder you work, it seems like you're watching everybody else surpass you over and over and over again. So in this video, I'm going to go over the 3 key principles that I use that have actually led me to start to see my goals come to fruition. So 1, realize time waits for no one. Whether you're Elon Musk, you're Jeff Bezos, whether you're even a nice crown prince, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Time waits for nobody. And so you can either utilize this time to get to where you want to go, or you can just look at it and just go, I can always do that later on. See, the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of the times when I felt stuck the most of my life, and I really drilled down on the time and wrote it down one by one of like the hours that I'm using and the minutes that I'm using in my day, I realized that I'm not even utilizing the amount of time that probably needs to be dedicated to that craft to actually excel or exceed at it. And these people that I keep on seeing surpass me, I may not be seeing it or you're not seeing it. And maybe you're over there wondering, why are all these people passing me? But you're not looking and seeing all those late nights that they're maybe studying, or maybe they're actually writing out a meal plan or setting out a workout plan or doing calorie counting, or maybe you don't see them when they're actually at home, when they're not at the office, and maybe they're actually trying to think about ways to be more efficient or more effective as a leader. By doing this, I've really realized the amount of time that I've wasted, and doing this alone, I've seen more progress towards my goals that I actually want to achieve. Realize tough just means you're about to break through another level. So have you ever felt like you're just, again, stuck at this point in life? Like nothing is possible. Or you just feel stuck at the same level. And it's like, oh, I'm about to rise. And you just fall and you just plateau. And maybe you rise again and then you plateau again. It's typically in those plateaus when most people quit. See, if you look at a lot of things that people have just become really successful at, you can look at even pro sports, but there's also just physical and natural abilities. If you look generally at most sports, where people would actually become semi good at them, they quit just right before that because it gets hard. Maybe there's a shift in mindset that you have to do, or maybe there's just you have to go and work out more, or take like meal plan all your meals and see how much protein you're taking in. Anyway, it gets tougher the closer you get to it. I experienced this when I did marathons. I realized that during doing the training, like actually saying I'm going to do a marathon was the easy part. The hard part was when all my friends would be out going, why don't you just go out and splurge and eat? And it's like, well, I have a 6 or 7 mile run tomorrow. And if I want to feel like trash and just do terrible and hate myself, sure, yeah. but I don't. So I'm gonna just have this little bit right here, and I'm gonna go home and eat what I already made. But I'll still have fun with y'all. And that's something that you just have to realize that during those times, especially when I was doing my run training and I was trying to increase my tempo, those were one of the hardest times because you don't really see the progress at all. And it usually is so small and minute over time that you don't realize it until you're there and you look back. And another great example of this is just look at stocks, for example. If you ever look at the stock market, it's the same thing. Companies progressing, they'll always hit this plateau and then they'll dive back and then they'll come up again. Maybe they hit the plateau again, but eventually, if they keep on the path that they're going on and it's creating small positive gains, eventually you'll see them and they'll eventually surpass that plateau or that set level. So we can see this all around in all different facets of life. So it's really no different from you. And that's what I had to implement in my life. Third, one step at a time. When I was doing one of my first marathons, it was pretty strenuous. And there was this moment that I really just wanted to quit. My legs were burning. I was so hungry that any energy bar I ate, I could feel it actually crawling down my throat and getting stopped. And all the water that I drank would just go straight through me. And my shoes and my feet were so bruised, and my ankles were bloody. And it was just going terrible. And all of a sudden, a young gal ran up by me and she saw that I was struggling. And she said, I've done many of these, but there's one thing that I can tell you. Just put one foot in front of the other. That's all I want you to think about. Just taking one more step. Don't focus on the end of the race. Just focus on taking that next step. And eventually I did it. Or from that and from what she said, it's applied to everything in my life. No matter what you do, when you hit these hard times and these times when everything just seems to be stopping and not progressing, it's just taking and just going, no matter what happens, I'm going to take that one step. And I'm going to take that one step. And that's all I have in my mind. When things are getting tough, I just go, I'm just going to take one more step, one more step, one more step. And you can even see a little example of this in history. There's a quote from Lao Tzu, and it says, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step." Whether it's you're trying to go complete your first marathon, one step, one step. Or it could be you're trying to go start up that new company, or you're trying to go and start at that new job and you're kind of struggling. The same thing applies. Just take one step. And by doing this, by taking the one step principle in my life, a lot of the times when things seem really tough, I typically look back and I go, it really wasn't that hard. So I hope that you use these three principles in your life. And trust me, if you implement them, you'll be able to get past that plateau. And as always, I just hope that one of these videos, just even if they help one of you get off of the struggling point in your life, to me, that's victory. And that's what we seek to do here at Wise Stories. But otherwise than that, as always, I'll see y'all later.